All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed as Bitcoin is once again pumping, baby, like a wild woman in distress, running through the wilderness with a laundry basket on her head, looking pretty dang juicy, man. Is history about to repeat itself? We're about to find out today. We are about to find out today, man. Look at all these juicy YouTube thumbnails. Make sure to like the dang stream. Make sure to subscribe to the dang channel because, as usual, if we can get 1,500 likes in the first half hour, we will absolutely be giving away 1,000 USDT. Baby, shout out to Michael Saylor. What is going on, bro, in the chat? We got to shout everybody out in the chat. Shout out to the Casper crew. JasonCasperTrading.com. Shout out to Splashfire Films. Throwing the dang link in the house. I got a bad haircut. What do you guys think? Bad haircut, yes or no? Rate on a scale of 1 to 10, baby. Rate my haircut in the chat. Look, man, it's just a little cold out, alright? It was just so warm. I was like 80 degrees out yesterday. Today it's like 40-something degrees out. So I need myself a little hat. Shout out to Evan in the chat. Shout out to Nihilist. He says, WEEX froze my account? Really? Look, if anyone's trading under my link on WEEX, let me know because I have special access to their support team. I will get that settled out for you guys. Absolutely. Shout out to B Crypto Trader, bullish till Friday. That's what's up. Shout out to Jake the Crypto Snack. I'm here for the like button. Shout out to Jamal. Shout out to Seaton. Act I wrecked. Ha 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 ha. Shout out to DJ in the house. Shout out to Bullish on Parade. Don't over leverage and don't forget to floss your teeth. I've spoken. Man, I'll be honest, I haven't flossed my teeth in a very, very long time. Shout out to the Bad Hygiene crew. I mean, shout out to the Teeth crew. You know what I'm saying? The Teeth crew, you know? Shout out to the Bad Teeth crew, man. But you know what? I went to the dentist. They said, Jason, you must water floss every day. I said, I don't. I don't even brush every day. They said, you have some of the healthiest teeth and healthiest mouth bacteria I've ever seen. They said it's because of my diet, all right? They said it's because of my diet. Isn't that crazy? You eat good food and your teeth don't get cavities? Isn't that crazy? I mean, what a crazy thought. Shout out to Blair. He says, hi, Jason. Hello. Shout out to Jacob Romel. Yo, Jason, contact WEEX. I used my referral and they forced my account to... Okay. Look, I will reach out to WEEX. All right, Jacob? Because this is some strange stuff. Shout out to Vital Bud. He says it's a bubble. It's a bubble. It's a bubble. We got the Bitcoin bubble, the Beanie Baby bubble, and the Tulip bubble, and all the bubbles bursting bubbles all over the bubble. Shout out to Bill. All right. Shout out to Numberphile. Shout out to Mick. Is he still in the 100x long from 81k? Guys, I'm not, but you know what? Maybe I should enter another one right now. What do you think? What do you guys think? Should I enter another 100x long from 81k right now? I am not in 100x long from 89k. All right, no, I am not. All right, shout out to Real Man. Shout out to Allison J. Shout out to Mick Mays. Shout out to Rethu0431. All right. Man, we got 1,148 people in the house, baby. God bless each and every one of you in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Today, we're going to be answering the question, is Bitcoin going to pump to 90K? Is Bitcoin going to pump to 97K? We are going to be diving in. Make sure to like the stream so that we can get our $1,000 giveaway today, baby. All right. Shout out to Felipe Collin. Wait a couple of hours. We're about to dump this Cyrus 118. Yeah, we're going to talk about the potential resistance that we're at right now. Sheefy's in a short. I'm also in a short myself. So I can't hate on anybody who's short. All right. By the way, guys, this long setup was given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, which is why you should go to jasoncapitaltrading.com to join the best community in the world. MEXC, best deal on fees. All right, so check out MEXC because this is one of my favorite exchanges, all right? Best deal on fees if you can KYC. So right now, what is happening with Bitcoin? What is happening with the Bitcoin price action? Well, we're going to be getting into that right now. Where's the stop loss? There's no stop loss. Can I sing? Man, can I sing? I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Can I sing? What happened to my $5 million position? Liquidated. All right, so here's the deal. If anybody doesn't know, on Sunday, I was in a $5 million 100x long. All right? Liquidated. All right? So here's the deal. Bitcoin right now has come down to the value area low of the range. All right? This is a very key area. In fact, there's two very key areas because, first of all, if we go ahead and pull our fib from the high to the low, this high up here to the low, you can see that we came up and we actually got a rejection from the 618 Fibonacci confluence with the value area high of the range. Now, what do we know about the 618 Fibonacci? The 618 Fibonacci is just like that hot girl you tried to ask out in high school, all right? You asked her out on a date thinking she might say yes. Turns out she gave you the hand, she gave you the face, she rejected you. That's 618, the 618 Fibonacci level. Absolutely rejecting you. You thought you were going to get matching Bitcoin tattoos, live happily ever after, maybe have a nice little house, not too expensive. You know, a chain link fence, a pool, maybe a dog. But then Bitcoin gets delisted, you get rejected, and boom, baby, we reject right from the top of the range, coming all the way down to the bottom where we just so happen to also bounce from the 618 Fibonacci. Now, why are we bouncing from the 618 Fibonacci? Well, here's the thing. When you asked her out, you said, 618, I like you like that. She says, Jason, I like you. But see, the thing is, Jason, I just don't like you like that. Right? I like you like a friend. The friend zone. Yeah. Right? So, yeah, here's the thing. She will reject you. She will break your heart. But she'll still be there for support. Because when you're in the friend zone, you know, she uses you. She uses you. Right? When she needs favor, when she needs money, when she's dating a bad boy and she needs help. Jason, please come give me a ride home. I'm dating a bad boy, and you think maybe this time she'll realize she needs a good boy like Jason Casper, but no. She's stringing you along, giving you the bounce, making you think she's actually going to be your girlfriend. But look at this. What's happening right here? You can see that the Bitcoin price right now, from the last local high that we got up here to the low, is rejecting right from that 618 Fibonacci level again. She's just stringing you along so she can break your heart over and over again. Oof. The pain, the anguish. I put all my money into Bitcoin before it got delisted. Oh, man. Okay, we didn't get our tattoos. We had to get our tattoos removed, which is even more of a pain after the rejection, which obviously results in a loss of money. Okay? Now, what's very interesting is this morning, we did see Bitcoin get a little bounce from that 618 level as well. So right now, it's a love story. It is a love story. Us and 618 were trying to win her heart. But the problem is the market makers understand how emotional we get when it comes to females. How we just let these females walk all over us and control our lives. I mean, think about it, guys. Everything we do in life is just so that hopefully someday a girl will go out with us. But the market makers are very smart. They know that if we come up to the value area high of a range, well, it's likely we get a rejection. If we come to the value area low of a range, it's likely we get a bounce. So forget about girls, right? We need to go straight MGTOW. Now's the time where men can go their own way. Get a pickup truck, start smoking cigars or something manly like that. Grow a beard, okay? And talk about how you don't need women, never get married. They're going to take everything. pretend they love you just to take your house and live off child support for the rest of their lives anyway. All right? So the market makers, they're very smart. They know, look, we're going to dump the price here when they think they're going to go on a date with 6 Juanita. We'll pump the price here when they think 6 Juanita's in the friend zone. It makes perfect sense now, doesn't it? And here we are back in the middle of the range. Now, here's a few things we need to look at. Market Cipher B. All right? I do have to be honest with you guys. Right now, Market Cipher B looks to me to be telling us that we might be getting another dump-roni coming in. And I'll tell you why. When we look at the 1 hour time frame, as the price is getting higher here, we are seeing the momentum waves getting lower. When we go to the 24-minute, as the price is getting higher, we are seeing the momentum wave and the money flows both getting lower here. All right, so in my opinion, this looks like potentially right now, this 6 Juanita could be giving us a little bit of a rejection here. Okay, now I'm not saying for certain it's going to happen, but right now it's not looking the best, guys. It's really not looking the best. But there's one good thing going for us. We have one good thing going for the bulls, and that's this. When we came down to this level here, we have officially now switched from a local downtrend, making a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, to now making a higher high, right? So potentially right now we are changing market structure. And what does that mean? That means if we're going to get a dumperoni, we very well may be able to look for a bounce from none other than our 6 Juanita once again. All right. So this area right around here, right around this area is an area of interest for me if we get another move to the downside, because this now could be our higher low. Could be. All right. I'd be interested in it. I'm not saying I'm definitely going to long here. This is the next place I would be interested in taking along back towards the top of the range, because we know we came down to the bottom of the range. We got some nice bullish divergences here. We've changed market structure from bearish to bullish. If we get a big pullback here, well, this would be a place to be looking for something like this, where we get a trigger wave coming in as the money flows continuing to get thicker here on Market Cipher B. We want to look for that direction overall, the momentum waves, the money flow, that kind of direction. That's what we want to see, right? Because that's how we do it up in the Casper crew, right? We don't just take trades blindly. No, we have a plan, right? We identify a key level of support like this, right? We identify a key level of support. We say, this is a key level of support, all right? But if I see bullish dips on the daily, the 4, the 1, the 24, and the 12, well, then I'll take a long. And guess what? Boom, baby. You take the long trade, you lock in a dang profit. Maybe I should have locked in more profit here, all right? So this is one scenario right now for Bitcoin, is that we do get a bit of a retracement and we make a higher low and continue with the uptrend. Remember, we are in fact bouncing from the golden pocket here, right? So there is a chance that a higher low is in from our initial low from back on March 11th. However, if you were here a few days ago, I was talking about how I don't necessarily like this low that we made here, right? I don't necessarily like this low. Why don't I like this low? Well, if we're going to be precise, and I always like to be, if we're going to be precise, we did not actually bounce from the golden pocket. We actually front ran her a little bit. We just front ran her a little bit. So we're going to take our fib from the low to the high, and we're going to zoom in here so we can see that we actually front ran the 618. Do you see that? We didn't even have the balls to ask her out. We were too nervous about rejection, so we got real close. We walked right up to her and we said, and then we walked away. All right? We were about to pop the question, and then we walked away. We took that breath, then we walked away. And most of the time, when that happens, it means we're going to come back for that level again. Okay, now what does that mean? Well, this means we can still be looking for a long from this area. Remember, this here is a weekend low. We have, actually, what was this here? Yeah, so this was this double bottom we made was on a Sunday here. All right, so we have a weekend double bottom right here. This, oftentimes we see those things, the price come back to those levels again for a retest. We also have a bit of liquidity from Tuesday the 18th down here, right in the middle of the golden pocket. Okay, so, which means I'm open to and actually even welcoming to a move back down to this area where we can just do a stop hunt and then get a move to the upside, right? Basically, fake out everybody, wreck everyone who's long from here, wreck everyone who's long from here, and then get a move back to the upside, bouncing right from our zone in between the 618 and the 786. Now, if that happens, notice what our oscillator would look like here. If we do get a move down to take the lows, we can kind of foresee market cipher B looking like this. All right, we could foresee very bullish divergences, very bullish, right? Very low momentum wave, and then a higher momentum wave. And the money flow also right now crossing from the purple into the blue on the 4-hour could be nice if we get that move down, right? Very nice, just like this picture of Sam Bankman-Fried. Okay, look at the chest. Very interesting stuff here. Why is the left pec so much larger than the right? Well, there's a few different rumors out there. Okay, one rumor is he used to inject the methamphetamines only to the left breast. The other rumor is that he would go to the gym and only work out decline, left arm, single arm, dumbbell bench press only. Okay. Whatever the case, we can see the money flow getting higher, the momentum waves getting higher, and not only that, if we take this and we copy and paste it onto our actual chart, we can see, if we stretch it out, that the resemblance is indeed striking. This would actually be a key, a trigger, should I say, for me to actually pop into a bit of a long trade if we come down to this area. And if we do, I would actually be looking for the price to get a significant bounce from here because of those bullish divergences on the 4-hour. I would be looking to dip down, and I'd actually be looking to come back up to around, potentially, the $95,000 to $97,000 area. Why would I be looking for that? Well, a few reasons. The first reason is because that is actually going to be our next major resistance. If we take our fib from the high to the low, you can see that the high volume node of the range lines up perfectly with our old high school crush, the 6-1 ETA. Secondly, we can see here that we pretty much have a clearly defined support resistance flip right in this area here, right? This was support, flipped right into resistance. Now we have our clearly defined support zone. So we could be looking at this here as its own sideways range, right? With our low of the range right down here and our high of the range right up here. So if we're going to see very bullish divergences back down towards the low of our local range, well, we would look for a move toward the top of our local range, which also happens to be the middle of the larger range, all right? So that's kind of what I would actually be looking for. Now, of course, don't get me wrong, before we get to 95 to 97,000, it's very clear that our local resistance before that level is going to be $90,000, this value area low, this very key level that we've basically been respecting as support going all the way back to like November 2024, right? But we take it level to level. And I think that's what's most important. If you're taking a trade, make sure you're locking in some dang profit, right? Don't just hold out for everything. But when I say we take it level to level, what I mean is this. If we are, let's say, going to get into a long trade from this area, there's nothing wrong with booking a TP1 at our first resistance and then taking a little bit more profit at our second resistance. And then, who knows, maybe even look to add to the trade, because we very well may see Bitcoin come back inside of this old range. And if we see the Bitcoin price get a move above $90,000, come for the back test, and then reclaim the level again. What I mean by the back test and the reclaim is you pump above, you dip below, and then you come back up above. As soon as you come back up above, to me, that's a signal that we are, in fact, back inside the old range, and we can look for a move to the top of the range, at least. And this whole thing was just a fake out, right? We see this all the time. You form a sideways range, you form a little fake out, and then you come back inside the sideways range. And then maybe a breakout, right? And this is like, I mean, you see this happen all the time. This is also known as an inverted head and shoulders pattern, right? There's so many different ways to look at it. But that would be very strong market structure, especially since, you know, and again, this is just a bullish scenario here. I'm not saying, again, remember, it don't mean a peak if it ain't got that cheek, right? We want to see price coming down to the level. We also want to see the uneven butt cheeks on market cipher B, the big left momentum wave, the skinny right momentum wave. Right? It don't mean a peak. A level don't mean a peak if it ain't got that cheek, baby. As that's what my grandmother told me. She was into trading as well. Of course, she lost everything she had on the horse races. And Atlantic City. That's a whole nother story. Alright, there ain't no uneven butt cheeks on a dang slot machine. And the reason why her horses lost the race is actually because of their uneven butt cheeks. A horse can't gallop very fast with uneven butt cheeks. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. A horse cannot gallop very fast with uneven butt cheeks. Okay? It's just impossible. It's absolutely impossible. Alright? Alright. Alright. Okay, so Bitcoin right now, in the moment, getting a little bit of some action here. Let's go down to our 6 minute. We are forming a little bit of a... Let's see what happens here. We're going to pull our local fib. Alright, we're going to pull our local range. See what happens here. Okay, so this is actually going to be our local resistance here. This is make it or break. If we come up here and reject, we could see the Bart Simpson pattern play out, okay? Let's take a look at order flow right now. See what's happening. 5 minute time frame. Nothing really, honestly. I wouldn't consider this to be the most bearish CBD in the world. It's a little bearish. Nothing too crazy, honestly. Nothing too crazy. Alright, nothing too crazy. So, that's what's happening with the Bitcoin round. I'm actually going to set an alert right here at this golden pocket. Let's set an alert right here at this golden pocket, baby. Alright? Set an alert at the golden pocket. And yeah, look. If we're not going to hold, like for a more bearish scenario, if this is not a higher low right here at 81.4, if this is not a higher low down here, and we're going to lose our zone between the golden pocket and the 786, like if we lose this box here, guys, I expect us to come down to the low 70s. I'm not saying we're going to. I say I expect it. I expect it. I expect us to continue to fill down to our next major support resistance flip right here. Okay? So, my third scenario, if we're not going to hold this, is that we actually do come down, make another low, and this is where we bottom out, and this is where we will get very, very, very bullish. Divergences on the daily, extremely bullish looking. Right now, just the way market Cipher's setting itself up here as the money flow is getting higher on the daily, the momentum waves looking like they're going to give us a really nice push, honestly. If we get a big drop, let's say tomorrow, which is a Wednesday, right? We're already seeing a really nice trigger wave forming here. In fact, I don't know if you guys can see that, but look at how the momentum waves already are looking like they want to print a green dot. If we can get a dump, this is going to be an extremely bullish looking signal on the oscillator, okay? Now, I'm not saying we're going to get a dump. I'm saying if we get that dump, then it's going to be a very strong buy signal on market Cipher B, all right? So those are pretty much the levels that I am looking at here. 12-minute market Cipher B, looking quite interesting here. Let's go ahead and pull a local fib from this high. All right, we're coming to that very, very local 6 Juanita. That very local 6 Juanita. This is going to be an area where we need to push through. And if we don't, we're going to get a move back down. All right, we're going to get a move back down if we don't push through this. Got to give a major shout out to everybody in the chat. Wow, we got 1,700 people in here. 700 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? You follow me in the Pikachu era and you've become only funnier and better. I love it. Well, I love you. Panin the Coke, if I pronounced that correctly. All right. Shout out to Sniper Gargan. Finished my workout, Jay. Started the stream. What could I get? What better could I get? Same, actually. Finished my workout, started the stream. CryptoFace was $400,000. Hope he took profits. He was long. Market makers pump. There's no time for another dump. Crypto needs the hardest pump. $200,000 Bitcoin soon, says Batty. Well, I hope you're right, Batty. You know, that would be quite nice. Shout out to Vital Bud. It's obviously going to retest 40 to 50,000 first. It's so funny. Everyone, one person says definitely going to 200K. The next person says we're definitely going to go to 40 to 50K. So, all right, we got a super chat in the house. Shout out to Lost Liberty. Can you look at the Telcoin chart, bro? My man Lost Liberty always with the Telcoin chart. Telcoin. All right, let's check it out. Telcoin. How's she looking? How's Telcoin looking? Let's go to the daily. Well, she got a really nice liquidity grab. She looks much nicer than she did the other day. So this is good. I honestly, what were we looking at the other day? We were saying it looks nice, but what would be really nice would be a change of structure here on the 4-hour and then a back test, right? So still looking the same. We would still want to see the inverted head and shoulders play out here for a good high probability back test entry, right? A sign of strength. So I'd say that plan is still in play, but this liquidity grab and strong daily close definitely looks nice to me. We closed the daily candle above, and today's daily candle looks strong, closing above value area high. We will confirm, no, actually we won't confirm a bull div, but we definitely are close to printing a bull div here. So I do have to say, I definitely do have to say, I would be looking for that long on the buy to dip scenario, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. For the super chat, man. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, man. Okay, we are getting a pump on Bitcoin right now. And we are coming to the Fibonacci golden pocket right now, okay? Coming up to it, all right? Check out order flow. Decrease of open interest. So honestly, this whole move up was a massive, this was quite an interesting move up, I do have to say, because we saw a lot of shorts trapped and squeezed. But interestingly enough, we squeezed a lot of shorts and a lot of longs took profits on this one. All right, and now we're just kind of waiting for the market to reset a little bit. Okay, we're waiting for the market to reset just a little bit here. Here we go. We've got a trigger wave on the 6th. We're coming up to the Fibonacci golden pocket. We're coming up to the value area high of the range. This is going to be our make it or break it zone here. Let's go Bitcoin. Let's see what happens. As we're coming to the make it or break it zone, we might as well break out of here. All right. If we can reclaim, we're going to make another push. Let's check out our 4-hour market cipher B. Check out our 6-hour, our 12-hour. 12-hour looking pretty nice. This daily, okay, so here's the deal, man. If this daily prints a trigger wave tomorrow, I would expect to move up to 96, man. I'll be honest. Because this looks like a nice low. And although I would have liked to see a deeper retracement here, I like the angle of the VWAP here. I like the angle of that VWAP there. So I have to see how this thing confirms. Again, this is not giving me like an entry right now. Right, that's the thing. Just because I'm bullish expecting to move up doesn't necessarily mean I have an entry. All right, on my hands. But I do have to say, if we get that green dot in the daily, it would look pretty dang nice. It really would. All right, let's see what happens here. If we can't push above this key resistance or if we reject. We're at the POC / local golden pocket. Yeah, this is actually going to be pretty key right here, guys. We come above this, I think we can go to Pump City. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on. What's the market maker going to do? Retail traders building his longs. Meanwhile, the market maker's building his shorts. Taking it down to the Brinks box. Recover the vector candles. Yo, 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 ladies and gentlemen, happy days. Major shout out. Mad love and respect to Tino from Traders Reality. Gotta give credit where credit's due. My man, Tino, God bless you. All right, shout out to Preparing for War. Says bigger move, more likely. The 1 second chart is looking juicy. Play the dump song. I don't have a dump song. I do have a pump song. Shout out to Valerie. God bless you. Oh. Yeah, shout out to Elevated Mindset. Yeah, people being mad Pacific. I like to be more Atlantic when it comes to my trading. Did Trump talk yet? Is Trump talking? How likely are we to just moon? Well, based on this daily time frame, man, I feel like if this thing prints a nice trigger wave like that, pretty likely. pretty likely. Just given the fact that we've made a higher low, I think we can make a higher high. Coming up to at least 90K would be my next target here. 90K would be my next major target. Because also, we have to remember that this is just begging to get squeezed. Right? When you have a high, a lower high like this, it's just begging to get whoop. It's begging for that. You know? It's absolutely just begging for that. I didn't know that Trump was going to talk. Shout out to Splashfire Films. Shout out to everybody who's a mod holding it down with a wrench. Alright. Nihilus is more Mediterranean. Okay, you're more Mediterranean. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I'm more Atlantic with my predictions. Oh, man. Bitcoin. I have mad alerts that I set today, and I don't even know what they're for because okay, we're pumping, baby. We're getting that move above the POC. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Alright, let's go, Bitcoin. Come on, man. Can we do it? Can we do it? Shout out to John Poloni. He just crushed legs. Let's grind. Trump talks tomorrow at 3 p.m. Interesting. Okay, we'll have to stream for that. All right. Shout out to Getchy. He says, "Jay, can we get some Afu Ra?" All right. Let's pump some music in here and see if that sounds good. Oof, we're getting a rejection. Bitcoin's getting a rejection. Am I in a trade? Thank you for everyone who prayed for me yesterday. But yeah, I'm in a few trades. I am in a little bit of a long scalp. Right here. Locked in a little bit of a profit already. Nothing too crazy. I actually got in a little bit lower. And added to the position. And I'm looking at TP at 86K. Alright. But I've already locked in a little profit here, so. Let's see. It looks like we want to go for that $86,000 level. You know? By the way, guys, BLOFIN is offering 10% cash back, $1,000 future bonus. Link in the description. I'm trading on WEEX. I don't know. People are talking about frozen accounts, so I don't know what to say about that. I have had no issues with WEEX. Also MEXC. Also the Casper Crew VIP Discord. JasonCasperTrading.com if you want to join the best trading community in the world. Alright? So, what do you guys think about this beat? Is this a juicy beat? Let me know in the chat. You guys think this is a juicy beat? Shout out to the Casper Crew. Thank you to everybody who prayed for us yesterday, guys. We got some crazy stuff going on in the Casper clan household over here. Alright, so I appreciate everybody who prayed. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Praise God. Praise God. You thought I were going to freestyle? Okay, I don't know if I can freestyle over this beat. I don't know if I can freestyle over the beat. I'll give it a shot, okay? Let's give it a shot. Thank you, yeah. Yeah. Yo, J Casper, about to drop a freestyle. Don't know, cause it's been such a while, but you know, Bitcoin coming to the spot. Hopefully the bars I drop will be hot. Here we go, just a white boy on the web trying to rap like I got the bars in my head, looking for the whack, talking about the V-rap where the price is fair every day, just about that. Got the Bears and the Bulls in the house. Turn the corner, looking like Mickey Mouse. Can't even tell, they say it's too loud. Better turn it down so I can hear my sound. How about this? How's the voice now? Music too loud. They say, okay, so look. Apparently it's not gonna work. Music's too loud. Alright. Music's too loud. Is it profitable to keep the trade super long instead of TP and enter again? I mean, it is for me, right? It all depends on your psychology. It depends on your psychology. Where's the plunger? It's right over here, man. Alright, let's take a look at some other assets, guys. Make sure to smash up the likes. Wow, we need to get the likes up to the watchers, at least. You know? The cleavage is too loud. Ugh. Oh man, I'm getting those trend jitters. All right, the sound was a little loud compared to the voice. All right, we'll take a look at ETH real quick. Man, I know you guys can't see, but I actually like what I see on ETH right now. Let's take a look here. So, my first thought on ETH right now, guys, is this trend line. Okay, speaking of trend, the trend line. All right, we're not really. This trend line is not accurate. Yeah, that's not an accurate trend line. Okay. Okay, so I'd say we're in the same boat as Bitcoin is right now, where there is a chance that this is a higher low right here. But we're also at our first resistance. So could we do this? There's two things I would look at here. Thing number one is just a retrace and then a bounce, like from this historic support level. But thing number two is actually take the low. And honestly, I would even like to take this low. Just saying. I think that would be nicest. But right now, I'd say we could be aware of, in the event of a big pullback here, aware of just a move back down to our local support for our next bounce. All right? That would be the next place I would actually look for a bounce. Now, a major sign of strength on ETH, where I would be looking for swing longs, is a move up and then a back test of $2,000. For me, that's very strong, because $2,000 is the major resistance support flip that goes all the way back to February 2021. All right, all the way back to 2021. So we break out of 2,000, come back for a retest. I would get actually bullish looking for swing longs. All right, I would get bullish looking for swing longs. What town am I from in New Jersey? I'm from all over the place in New Jersey. Yeah. If you go off the candles and not the wicks, we got bull divs, says Darren. That's true, Darren. That's true. Yeah, I guess you're right, and that's another way to look at it. All right, that's another way to look at it. That's another way to look at it. Crypto Crank says ETH target is 1600 at the 786. Yeah, so if we get another move to the downside, this is also my target, Crypto Crank. You know, if Bitcoin's coming down to the low 70s to get a bounce, we want to see ETH. We would look for ETH, the ETH bounce at 15 to 1600. That would be really, really nice. And again, we could see already that we'd be being set up for a really nice divergence, money flow, momentum, and all that kind of stuff, you know? Oh, shout out to Evan. He says, what hospital were you born in? What room was it? Who's the doctor? Does the doctor have a stop loss? Yeah, that's a good question. Weenie Hut General Hospital, room number 7. And the doctor was Dr. Frank Goldstein. And he did not use a stop loss. And unfortunately, he got liquidated the day of my birth and spilled all over the floor. And my poor mom slipped on him on the way out, slipped in the puddle of liquid on the floor. And she dropped me on the head, which is why I wear this hat, to cover up the flat spot on the head. So thank you for the question, Evan Wolfson. I appreciate the question and the answer. Shout out to Crypto Coons. Take charge of your destiny and start learning to trade profitably. JasonCasperTrading.com. Join the Casper Crew VIP Discord. All right. Shout out to AZTV. Taking a short right here. Let's get back to the Bitcoin chart quick. I do want to look at Sol as well. I do. All right, we're failing to pump up. We're forming this flag. Guys, bear with me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, Bitcoin. Let's see what you got. Shout out to Sniper. Says try this beat. All right, let's try this beat real quick. You know I love that boom bap style. You know we always taking all the profit, baby. Hopefully we don't drop it as we're coming up to the next golden pocket. Pumping so fast, can you even spot it? Next thing you know, about to top it with the freestyle from the dome, then we flop it. Cause we know flopping Roper in the house. Shout out to Nick Cipher, shout out to Mickey Mouse. Two of my good friends, Mickey Mouse, flopping Roper, chilling in the house with my friends like Grover. They come to the place and you know we roll over. All the price trades when you know we're looking Dover. Like the Dover, Delaware, Bitcoin price got me in my underwear. On the treadmill like I don't care. When we're coming to take profits, we take them everywhere. Yeah, trades never in the red. And don't you know trades are only in the green. Jason Casper got the bars in his head. And don't you know he's the trading machine. Yeah, I'm only nice, I'm never mean. Don't you know I turn my blue candles green. Cause we stacking Benjamins every single day. When we're coming to the treadmill just to get paid. Yeah, we're at the charts, look for trades. Don't you know we're so hungry, eat from trays. I give it to you straight, I never give it to you gay. That's cause my name is Master J. Hey yo, it's J Casper in the house. Trading here for the Bitcoin bounce. And oh snap, let me take a peek to see if Marcus Cipher B has any uneven boobies. Gotta give a shout to Sam Bankman-Fried. In prison if you know what I mean. But we're gonna take a look at his chest so lean. On the right side, fat side, looking mean. Oh man, would you look at that? Left man boob is so dang fat. And the money flow, pepperoni nipples coming in. Looks like he eats so much for dinner every single day. Mad fat right to the left, getting paid. Doing methamphetamines in the Bahamas. Look at the hair coming up like a llama. Back to the chart, what do we see? A massive blue candle between you and me. And we got it coming in just like a tree. Hopefully your boy Jay don't have to pee. Cause you know, if I have to pee, I got a jug to the side of the desk like a mug. I take out the fib, put it in the hole, let the pee come out, and you know I'm in control. Even though I'm walking, the pee don't spill. I go flat and I'm never walking uphill. Coming down and you know my friend Bill said, Jay, what you gonna do right here, Will? Will you give me a trade signal today? I said, bro, chill out and get paid. Taking profits like we're taking the train to make the change. Hopefully you know we never ever change. Yeah, thank you for the beat, bro. I like that one. Alright? I did like that beat. Why is the mic so low? It's nothing. Shout out to Debote. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Oh, I am for real. Oh man, that song takes me back. Alright, well we are getting a little bit of a pump from that, honestly. Alright, we got half the people in the house liking the dang stream. Let's see if we can't get the likes up, guys. Let's check out Solana. Man, you know, I've been saying this, but it's the same dang thing as Bitcoin, really. There is a chance that our low is in, and this is a massive, like, bump and run pattern, break the resistance, we could get a big squeeze to the upside, okay? But if we're going to reject, I would assume that we take the low at 109, and if we take the low at 109, I'm not saying we're going to take these lows, but it becomes very enticing for the market maker to just give a stop hunt to all this and get a bounce from our box down here around 75. I know that's scary for people. But yeah, I would honestly, if we're not going to reclaim this POC, so the way I would get bullish on Sol right now is a reclaim of the POC, which is exactly 140. A back test of 140, that would be my trigger. If we're not going to do that, I would wait for either a fake out of 109 and then a reclaim of 109 with bullish divergences, or coming down to 75, getting a bounce with bullish divergences. Those would be my options for Sol. For Sol. Yeah, Sol. Like we're in control. Pumping Bitcoin straight up to the black hole. All right. We got some super chats in the house. All right, major shout out to my man, Gerda Parm. Thank you for all these years. Thank you, man. God bless you. Can we look at Dogecoin? Hey, for a short here, what do I look at? I would look at CBD. Is there bear CBD? And, you know, really, you just got to make sure you're using good risk management if you're going to take a short here. You got to make sure you're using good risk management if you're going to take a short from this zone here. But yeah, I would look at CBD to see if we have any bear CBD divergence. And right now we don't. Yeah, we don't yet, right? A little bit, but I'm sorry. Sorry, I swallowed a hairball. You know how that goes. The open interest doesn't really lend us to having some bear CBD. But we do have a lot of longs open here that are they could get trapped. It's not the most obvious signal. Let's just put it that way. It's really not the most obvious signal right now for a short. So I'm just going to throw that out there. All right. So we got to look at Dogecoin. We got to look at Doge. All right, so this is old Doge analysis. We're basically looking for a breakout and a back test of this for a move up. We got a breakout, we got a back test. Guess what? We did get a move up. We made a higher high, but then we don't. All right. So this is old analysis. Let's remove all this. Let's see what we got with Doge. We'll go to the weekly. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we're bouncing from a 786. It is actually a pretty nice looking support resistance split. Let's go to the daily. We have some slight bull div here. So yeah, actually, it looks nice in the sense that we made a low. We made locally a high, a higher low, a higher high. We haven't really changed this whole structure here, but I do have to say that we do have, like, at least on log scale, we have this trend line here. So it's a little speculative, I'll be honest with you. It would be difficult to say what a real sign of strength here would be. For right now, we're still in this local downtrend. Slight bull div at the bottom. Let's pull some volume. Let's look at the volume of all this. Ooh, okay. So we're holding that value area high. Let's look at all this. We're at a pretty key support, guys, right here. It's a pretty key support. I don't have a lot of conviction right now for Dogecoin. Just because the daily doesn't look fully bottomed out here. I like the 4 hour at this low, but we've already, in my opinion, gotten a move. So let's pull a local fib here. And again, this is a more speculative analysis here, because I don't have strong conviction. But I would say that if the low is in, this is definitely where I would look to get in. That would be our back test. And then really, you're going on a lot of hope here, in my opinion, because we don't really have any major signs of strength, in my opinion. But this would be, like, assuming this is the low, this would be our higher low. If not, I would look to take out this low. Maybe dip down a little bit more into that 786 fib, which we never actually touched for a bounce. And of course, Bitcoin's going to be the leader of the show. So if Bitcoin's going to start to pump like crazy, very good chance this is our higher low, right? If Bitcoin's going to make another low, I'd say 99% this is not our low. So I'll be watching to see what the Bitcoin does around these parts. All right. Got to give a major shout out to Armand GN. Hey, bro. Oh, we already looked at that. All right, awesome. All right. Guys, I love each and every one of you. May the Lord bless all of you in Jesus' name. I've got to head out. It's been a crazy week for me and my family. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.